Dr. Becky's going to reveal all, and I don't, she wouldn't tell me. So, so with that being said, you know what? We're just proud to be working alongside such a beautiful person. And you know what? I got to tell you, I met Dr. Becky about 20 years ago, truly. And, this is a person that was a real doctor, right? And and her family and all her family's been in medicine. So a lot of clinics. You can't speak to a good, true story, good doctor here in Arizona. And I bring up her name all the time. And even my best friend, who's the leading trauma surgeon, yep, I know her. I know him. I know it was amazing. And then what was even more amazing, she went and saw a not a Zoom, but a meeting just like this. And there was a company that she was, looked at that she was interested in back then, and she got involved. And wow, took that company from $19 million in 5 years to $1 billion in sales. She's spoken on stages globally. She's spoken on different media channels globally. And and here she is today with the Sante Organics, and just love that she's part of our being our medical director here, and just being here. And just a wealth of knowledge, and she makes herself available to everybody. So with that, we're going to give it over to Dr. Becky because she's revealing all tonight. So here it is, Dr. Becky.
Thank you, Michael. Always a pleasure to be here. Can you hear me okay? We good?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, revealing all is not going to be something that, clothes are going to come off. But I'm going to reveal my experience with the pharmaceutical industry. And the reason I'm going with this discussion tonight is because so many people that are coming into Asante, these are brand new people that I am doing three-way calls with and mini Zooms with. And so I'm meeting so many amazing individuals. But I have to tell you, every single person I'm meeting, they're on way too many pharmaceuticals. And by way of background, growing up, I grew up in a pharmacy. My mom and dad owned Edwards Pharmacy in North Huntington, Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh. It was a mom and pop Walgreens. So mom and dad were pharmacists. I had uncles that were pharmacists and aunts that were pharmacists and cousins. And now the extended family, there's probably 20 pharmacists in the family. And like you said, we're very medically oriented. We have veterinarians in the family. We have surgeons in the family. We have internists in the family. We have a gastroenterologist in the family. But I grew up in a pharmacy. We lived in an apartment above Edwards Pharmacy. So from the time I could reach the counter back in the day, I would count pills with my mom and dad. And I saw, everything in the pharmacy. But back then, growing up, people would get on a prescription. Maybe it was like a penicillin, or it was like some kind of antibiotic or something temporary, where they'd be on it for maybe 5 days, 7 days, and then they were off. My dad and mom never filled prescriptions for anyone like six at a time, eight at a time, 10 at a time. That was not the case. So I grow up in a pharmacy. I knew I was going to go into medicine, and I did. And so in medical school, they teach you a year of pharmacy and a year of pharmacology, and they teach you 3 days of nutrition. 3 days. And I've talked to kids in medical school nowadays. I said, has that changed at all? They're like, no. All we get is just a little bit of nutrition training, and it's all pharmacology and pharmacy. And I aced those classes because I was already familiar with the drugs and the generic names and the side effects. I mean, I knew all of that. But here's the deal in terms of why we're being prescribed so many drugs. The pharmaceutical industry is very, very powerful. And when I was in med school, most of my friends, including, myself in terms of finances, we were broke, completely broke. But you know what? When you're in med school and then you become an internist and a resident, pharmaceutical reps are there. They're there to say, would you like to do dinner? Yes, I would like to do dinner. And we're not talking going to Chili's or going to Applebee's or going to Taco Bell. These were five-star restaurants in Philly where you would eat like a king and a queen, but you had to listen to the drug presentation. So it was always drilled into your head throughout 4 years of medical school, internship, residency, fellowship. It's the drug, it's the drug, it's the drug. So then I get into practice, right? And I can write prescriptions faster than anybody. And then the pharmaceutical reps are still there. And they come in and say, can we bring you breakfast? Can we bring your staff lunch? Can we take you out? Would you like a free dinner? And then they would show up with prescription pads that were stamped with the drug. So for example, Prilosec. It's an over-the-counter drug now, but when I was in practice, it was prescription. So you look at the prescription pad, they give you a stack of them, and it was stamped with Prilosec, 20 milligrams, 1 POQ day. That means one by mouth daily. Dispense 30 with 5 refills. All I had to do is write the patient's name on it and the date and sign it and just hand it to them. So I did that the first couple of years in my practice. And then I watched all the drug interactions and the side effects and sometimes death, and watched people deteriorate because of the drug interactions. And because we're such a super subspecialized medical society now, people get drugs from their cardiologist, and they get drugs from their pulmonologist and their infectious disease specialist and their endocrinologist and their gastroenterologist. And all of a sudden we become this toxic pharmaceutical mess. And so one of the main reasons that I left medicine was the pharmaceutical industry that I felt, in my opinion, was poisoning people. I left for a couple of other reasons. Insurance companies weren't reimbursing. I had no quality of life. So the reason I bring this up is because everyone I talked to this week, I've talked to at least a dozen people that are brand new this week, and they're on a ton of medications. And I'm thinking to myself, how can we help the situation? Because as a physician, I'm not here to prescribe. I didn't keep my license up. And people are like, why would you let your license lapse? I'm like, why would I go back into a profession where I feel that I'm obligated to give drugs, and not just drugs for a week or drugs that are temporary, drugs that are like lifelong. Oh, you got to take this for life. Like, it's just not me. And I can never do that again. So when I'm talking to all of you for the first time and I learn all these drugs and why you're on them, it all goes back to the microbiome. I swear to you, every single person I talked to this week has some serious issues going on with their gut and their microbiome. And what we need to do as a company and as distributors, whether you're a consumer or you're out there building this business, is talk to people. And here's what I want you to say. We don't have all the answers, but we do have certified organic products that could possibly help you heal, maybe help you get off some of your meds, maybe, have better quality of life, better longevity. And I want people to include their healthcare professionals in your journey. I loved when my patients came to me and said, I found this program. A lot of times it was a nutritional program. It may have not have been what I was recommending at the time, but I said to them, you know what, as your doctor, I want to see you off these meds. I want to see you get healthy. I will follow you. And I became so involved with my patients' care. And I loved when all of a sudden they were losing weight, getting rid of their metabolic syndrome, getting rid of their inflammation. They were cleansing, they were supporting their microbiome and everything that comes with that. I love the fact that I could say, you know what? You don't need this drug anymore. You know what? We can wean this one off. You know what? We can wean this one off. I had patients on 18 to 20 meds a day, and I helped them wean off all of them through nutrition. Now we have certified organic nutrition that supports the microbiome, that in turn supports the brain chemistry and our liver and biliary system, supports good integrity of the gut, supports our skin, supports our cardiovascular system, wards off inflammation, protects the integrity of our gut. I look at what we have to offer. PhytoCleanse to help get rid of the biofilm, get rid of the bad bacteria, and we replenish with probiotics. We replenish with greens and reds. We replenish with alkaline shake. And then we add omegas in, and we do things on a daily, regular, scheduled basis to get our guts back in order, to get our health back in order, to get the integrity of the gut back in order, and to get you feeling good. Just think if you went into your physician today and said, I'm starting this, and this, certified organic from Asante Organics. Here's what I'm doing. If they're a good healthcare provider, they're going to say to you, I am excited for you. This is food. This is plant-based food. And this is the best I've ever seen. Let's follow your vital signs. Let's follow your weight. Let's follow your inches. Let's follow your labs, your A1C, your electrolytes, your hemoglobin, your liver function tests. So to me, revealing all is that there's a lot of things in the pharmaceutical world that I don't agree with, because I think we are poisoning society globally. But it's just starts with, just one thing, maybe it's the microbiome is going south, that every single thing after that is a negative cascade of effects. And then all of a sudden you're on all these drugs and then you feel helpless and hopeless. Because I talked to a few people, they've been sick for so long. I said, you know what? Here's what I recommend. I'm not going to prescribe. I'm just going to recommend that you try something that is certified organic, that can help, all of the things that you're dealing with, and get your health care provider to follow along. Why not? That's how we get a lot of physicians involved with Asante. We get these healthcare providers. And when I was with my first company, this is what I taught my patients. I said, tell your subspecialist what's going on, what we're doing. And you know what? We had the number one, the numbers were crazy in terms of how many physicians and chiropractors and any walk of life that was a medical professional involved in that company, because they saw people's lives change. So revealing all to me is just revealing my experience and talking to people, real life experiences with what people are going through and what we can do to potentially change their life. And going green does so many things that are positive, not only for the body, but things that, you put on your skin, you use to brush your teeth, you use at home to shampoo and condition and do your detergent. There's so many things about going green that make so much sense to me. And, Michael, it's an honor to be part of this company. It's an honor to give people an option and a choice that they are in charge of their health. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, on this call, this is your body. This is your body. Nobody's telling you what to do with your body. If they are, that's a shame, because you can take control. You can take charge, and you can then share your positive results with others. And it's the positive cascade of effects. And you share with passion, conviction, and belief. And then you have the opportunity to help others. And you didn't have to go to med school, internship, residency, fellowship, and go hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt to get an education to quote unquote become a physician. You have the same opportunity I do, and it's a beautiful opportunity. So I just wanted to reveal what I know about the pharmaceutical industry, me growing up in a pharmacy, what I experienced in medical school, and what I see today, because we should not be on 7 to 10 medications a day. Why is that happening? We got to make a change. And I think there is a positive shift going on with that, Michael. I will continue my mantra. That's what I was put on this earth to do. And you've brought me the vehicle to do it. So I thank you, and I do honor you and your entire executive team. So thanks again for always having me.
Are so awesome, and I'm so honored to be here. And I'm gonna quote somebody today that Pastor Shane, right? And he's been with us for quite some time into this company. But you know what? I'm gonna leave that to the end because I want to introduce you to this company and to these products that are life-changing. And I can say this. You won't find them anywhere with complete confidence. Why? Because we are the only company that has it's like we have the only company that is so laser focused on plants and the energy from plants and the healing from plants. See, God gave us fruit from the trees to eat, but he gave us leaves from those plants to be his medicine. Think about that. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. JJ to talk a little bit about the products, just a little bit about a couple components of the opportunity, and then I was told something today that was very heartfelt, and I'm going to end with that. So, Dr. JJ, it's over to you.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Dr. Becky. What great information. I know I gleaned a lot of information. I know everybody else did. So, ladies and gentlemen, as Mr. Winiger said, we focus on plants, organic, toxic-free ingredients. And here's the great thing. We're not making stuff. Other companies make stuff. They make gimmicks, fads, pills, powders, potions, patches, and lotions. We're making products that you and every single person you know are already using. Think about that. This isn't a business where you have to convince people. Yes, we've got the greatest nutritional products in the world. Dr. Becky will rave about them. I will rave about them. I saw already some testimonials in the chat group about them, and we continue to get them. But we also have everyday products. As a matter of fact, we've got a catalog of over 100 products in categories that you and your loved ones use every day. Your soaps, your shampoos, your body washes, your laundry cleaners, your home cleaners, your sanitizers. The list goes on. They're moisturizers, your skincare products, on and on and on. And everybody you know is already using these type of products, except here's where we're different. The products they're using, once you get educated, and it's super easy, I guarantee in most cases, whether they're buying their products in the store, online, offline, most of the cases, most of the times, those ingredients are filled with toxic ingredients. Those products are loaded with toxic ingredients. And yeah, if you look some of these up, you might see that they can cause skin irritation and eye irritation, but I'm talking about much greater things that you have to be concerned with. The use of these type of ingredients day after day, month after month, year after year will lead to some very horrific health consequences. And you don't just wake up one day where the day before you were healthy and then all of a sudden you have symptoms say, oh, I just grew this disease. This disease happened today. It takes a long time to get there. So it is very important you and your loved ones, people you care about, take inventory of everything that goes in your mouth and on your body. Your body is the largest organ of the entire system of the human body. So what you put on your skin is in your bloodstream in a matter of seconds. And if you're taking a shower or a bath and it's warm water, the pores of your skin are open wide and they're even going in faster, these ingredients. And once you've swallowed something, really once it goes under your tongue, and once you've put something on your skin and it's in your bloodstream regardless, these ingredients are in your body. And Michael talked about what our Creator gave to us. And without getting too religious, just think about this. The Garden of Eden, if we take ingredients and products from the Garden of Eden, fruits, vegetables, leaves, oils, as Michael mentioned, the body knows what to do with it. We are intelligent. We were built, we were designed by intelligence with intelligence. But the body doesn't know what to do with phenoxyethanols, butylene glycols, ethyl hexylglycerins, and the list goes on. We have a dirty dozen, but there's so many more. There's hundreds of them. And why do companies use them? And you might be asking yourself, well, wait a second. My government wouldn't allow these dangerous ingredients in the products that my babies use, that I use, my loved ones use. There's no way they'd be on the store shelves. The FDA would shut them down. Nope. In the 1930s, our government, the US government, granted self-regulation to the home care, personal care industry. That means they can put in whatever products they want, and they only remove these dangerous products when these ingredients, excuse me, when they get enough of a headache. And the great thing is we are all getting educated because of these devices, our cell phones, our computers, our tablets. We know so much information and people are demanding that we have cleaner and cleaner products. But let me share with you, they are still very dirty. So the buyer must beware. And if you've got minors that you're taking care of, children, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, it is up to you to look out for them. I know Kat's on this call and Kat's takes very good care of her grandchildren. You have to make sure your household is toxic free. So we make the products that you and your loved ones use every day, but the difference is instead of the toxic ingredients that you find with these other companies, we've replaced them with ingredients that are designed to nourish the body from the inside out, the outside in, all plants, organic, toxic free from the Garden of Eden. And it's one thing to take organic ingredients and mix it up in a bottle and say, okay, there's your deodorant, there's your toothpaste. But no, no, no. We go a step further than that. We toil over this. Sometimes it takes us a year or more to make these products with many, many, many different incarnations. We guarantee these products, you will love them. We guarantee they will work as well, if not better, than the toxic toothpaste and shampoos and soaps that you grew up with. And if not, they come with a guarantee. We'll give you your money back. And rarely do people do that, because we do deliver on the promise. These are uncompromising products. You will not have to compromise using these products. You know, getting out of chiropractic school, I didn't want to use toxic products, but Asante Organics wasn't a thing at that time. And I was going to the natural food stores. This was before Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and Sprouts, at least were in my neighborhood or close to me. So I was going to these health co-ops and I was using natural toothpaste and natural deodorants. And okay, great, they were clean ingredients, but they didn't work well. You still stunk, and you didn't get good dental checkups. I've been using Sparkle toothpaste from Asante Organics for 13 years. I get great dental checkups. I always get compliments on how clean my teeth are. And the great part is, it tastes better than any toothpaste I've ever used, ever. So we've got products that are guaranteed to work, toxic free. You don't have to worry about convincing anybody to use some fad thing. Your friends and family members are going to start using our products and they are going to love them. Now, that's from the product perspective. Now let's talk about business. Naturally, you're going to fall in love with these products, and naturally, organically, you're going to want to share this with others. Just like if you go to a restaurant, you've had great service and great food, you want to tell people about it. You read a great book or go to a great movie, you want to tell people about it. We want to reward you financially for sharing our products and our opportunity. So when we're done with this presentation, whether you're seeing it live or on recording, I want you to immediately get back to the person that invited you here. And I want you to ask them for their website. You'll go on their website, you'll click join and save, and literally in 5 minutes, you'll have a 24/7 store that's open, a super shop with all the organic and toxic-free goodies your friends and family members could ever need. And the best part is you don't have to stock the shelves. It's already done for you. You don't have to create the website. It's already done for you. And we're going to offer you 6 different ways for sharing this information. Now, instead of going over all 6, I'm just going to talk about 2 here. I'm going to talk about 2 forms of income that we offer. And by the way, you don't have to choose one of these 6. You're eligible for all of them. 2 of these forms of income are residual income. You do the work one time, you'll get paid over and over again. One of these aspects is called the endless team bonus. You're going to build 2 teams, a left team and a right team. You're going to tell a few people who tell a few people who tell a few people. And as your organization matures, you're going to see that you're getting paid 10% on all of the orders, all of the volume, to infinite levels of depth. Somebody's buying a toothpaste, even if somebody lives on the other side of the planet and you'll never meet. Maybe they live in Europe or maybe they live in Asia. They're buying toothpaste and skincare products. You might never meet them, but you can get paid on them. And that's called the endless team bonus. Now, that endless team bonus, that 10% of all the volume, as you share this with people and as they become an affiliate or distributor with our company, because you introduced them to the company, as they get an endless team bonus check, we're going to allow you to match their check up to 100%. Fear not, we're not going to take anything away from them. They're going to get their full check. But whatever their check is, you can match their check up to 100%. And with just the 2 aspects I shared with you, the endless team bonus and the 100% check match, there is 0 small print. It is exactly the way I just described it. You will get paid to unlimited levels of depth, and you can earn as much money as you desire. There's no ceiling, there's no gimmies, gotchas, trapdoors, none of those games. And we've never changed the comp plan. And the other 4 ways are lucrative as well, and they're just as exciting. But with that, I want to turn it back to our CEO and founder, Michael Weniger. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what? Tonight's a little bit different because I didn't know what Becky was going to deliver. And then Dr. JJ. But I got to tell you that a few months back, 3 months to be exact, I was able to visit the leading cancer research center in the world, right? And they have the largest success rate with what we call full permanent recovery. And when I got down there, wow, I was flabbergasted because I didn't know what to expect. And I was visiting all the doctors. And what I saw, which I didn't know what was going on, but for the last 10 years, they've been using the Asante Organics the entire protocol to save these people's lives. And the owner of the research center said to me, you know what, Mike? I just was in shock. I just couldn't believe it every day I was there. And then one day he said, you know what? We like to use your pharmacy. I said, my pharmacy? He goes, yeah. He says, your pharmacy. And I'm still looking at him, and I didn't know what he meant. And he says, Mike, God's pharmacy. I was like, oh my gosh. I gotta tell you, I started crying. And to think that in the last 10 years, I don't go in our database and look who's ordering and things like that. But to think that but then when I did do it, when I got back and I looked in there, I was like, wow, these guys were placing so many orders. How many lives have been saved? Because there's a tool belt, and that nutritional line is, wow, that the nutritional and the personal care are the biggest tools on that belt. I could teach anybody the protocols they use there, how to do it at home without having to go try and find the cash to do it. But to see that, and then before I left, I heard this. Okay. You know what? We don't live here. I don't live here. I don't live in here. I live in here. You know what? It says at the end of the day, Mike, before you sit down and say your prayers and thank your creator for his breath in your lungs and your heartbeat and just for being able to be with your family every day and work with people. So I want you to think about something. He goes, look, everything you do, every single solitary thing you do in life, Mike, inside of here and on top of here, no matter how small or how large it is, you're going to be either participating in your life or participating in your death. And it's just that simple. You get to make a choice. And taking care of yourself is your responsibility. And then I spoke to a very, very good friend of mine and somebody I really respect, Pastor Shane Vaughn. And I told him this story today. And he says, Mike, and he said this to me. He goes, you know what? Think about this, right? You know what? What you did for these people and what we developed here in Asante Organics, that's divine inspiration with non-divine hands, right? The good Lord gives us thoughts and He asks us to borrow our hands. And think about this. God didn't build an ark. Noah did, right? Um, David didn't, God didn't kill a giant. David did. And then you look at this product line and we got a nutrition line that was nominated. Products in there nominated for the Nobel Prize, winning 14 Greenpeace Awards for our personal care and home products. In 2012, NBC Network says we have the strongest alkalizing products in the world. I mean, think about that. Don't you want to be a part of that? That is so huge. So I want you to take a really, really deep, deep dive and look at what you have here, because this is so early. We got such a small database. Our customers came from TV, but we're a 20-year-old company. We got sustainability, viability, can make some really good residual income. This is a time to get in. And then it becomes generational. You can give it to your kids and will it to the grandkids. Thinking a little bit further, life's not about where you go. It's about who you go with. And it's about the people that you're actually hanging with and the way that your life is being blessed, better because of those people. And if that resonates with you, I'm asking you, let's do life together. Let's write yourself. We forget about everything else and start today. And we'll write you a comeback story. We write it together, right? That you are going to be like excited about, Let's go write that story so you can look back maybe 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm never gonna tell you it's easy. It's simple. It's not easy. And but actually building a business is hard. Life is hard, right? But what I can tell you is that, you're going to look back and you're going to say, huh, this was so extremely worth it. And we're here to be the culture and the community that the change is needed for our well-being. That's just it. So get with the person that showed you this tonight, tonight, and find out more. Do your homework, because I'm going to tell you what, you won't sleep. You're going to get excited. You're going to fall in love. And this is what you should be doing, and your kids, and everybody that you know, and every loved one. We should be touching people's lives with this stuff. It's so prevalent these days. It's unbelievable. And now you got a solution. That's what I like, where you educate people, you provide solutions, and we allow them to make decisions. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your businesses. And we'll be here on Tuesday. We'll have some testimonies. We'll have some good stuff coming up. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And take a good look. Make friends with us on Facebook. And you guys look at those testimonies. Get into the Asante difference. Oh my goodness. Joelle's on here. Lost over 107 pounds in the last year on these products. Alkalizing, doing the right things. And it's staying off. That's the key. That's what it's all about. Not some little, trick pony. These are things that last and the way you should be living your life. So have a wonderful, wonderful evening, guys. Be blessed, and we'll see you again on another live, another Zoom. We'll see you later. Have a good night.